Don't be shy. Oh, child, you got that light in my... You paid your for that bill, didn't you? Whoa. Any questions, anybody, about the film?
Is that the entire film, or just we saw it?
That is the entire film. It's a, it's a short. I mean, usually shorts are 15, but that came up to about 11 and 30, maybe. Well, you know, the story came in my head, and that's where it ended. I mean, I couldn't really afford to shoot. I mean, I could have developed it into a feature, certainly. I mean, there's a lot of places I could have gone with it, but my money wasn't going a lot of places, my mind was. So we had to kind of keep it to where, you know, the budget starts and ended. But yeah, a lot of people who've seen the story kept, you know, saying, oh my God, we want to know what happened to her. We want to see her pay for it, you know. We want to see the cops come in and drag her out and stuff. Mostly the women. But yeah, but that's, you know, I think it just gave a taste of I guess, what I could do, what I can't do. I wrote the film, I wrote the story, and I, you know, started out first of all with just the relationships. And so I met with Heather Murphy, my fabulous, you know, friend and director, and I wanted her to work on it with me. And so she read it and she said, it's been done. The whole disapproval angle of, you know, gay relationships has been done. So she's like, well, why don't you just, you know, come up with something else, make it more interesting. So then I've always had this other story that I wanted to deal with, you know, female genital mutilation, where, you know, young women, Nigerian women, married to an African American, and her mother comes to visit, and pretty much the same thing happens. And so I said, I can get to talk about same-gender parenthood. I took the money out of my 401k and I put it into, you know, I put my mouth where my, what is it they say, put your money where your mouth is. I talked about, you know, writing and stuff, and complaining about women not having enough roles, women not being behind the camera enough, you know, no offense to Femi, no offense to Tony, you know, damn it, you know, I nothing out there for me. So I said, you know what, you need to stop moaning and groaning and grouching and do something about it, and, you know, this is the result of that. And I'm working on my second short film, which is going to cover HIV/AIDS among senior citizens. It's written, and you know, looking forward to possibly shooting it this summer. I've been fasting and praying, but I fast, and so hopefully it will work. Any other questions?
We have one right here.
Oh, cool beans. Oh yeah, I got to say this, y'all. Corey actually auditioned for the part of my brother in this. And, you know, even though we didn't get to work out for us to work on this particular film, small world, we ended up working together on Tony's film, so.
I mean, yeah, I did audition, and I remember when you gave me the script and I read it, and it was an extremely powerful script. And it was actually more powerful for me because I felt like, to do the role justice, being Nigerian, I really had to go and maybe research that part of our culture and kind of find out what that really was about. And it hit really close to home. And I believe in talking to my mom, that she had gone through it. And most women in Nigeria, part of where I grew up up until 1950, that was still happening. So it was, even though I didn't get to do the role, I was very grateful to audition and have to go through the whole research process to get close to the role, because it changed some things about what we don't talk about enough in Nigeria. But that's a tangent. But I did want to ask about, because of what you said before, you said Showtime and HBO were giving you a hard time about picking this up? Really? Why? What did they say? Because I mean, they put Californication on TV, so I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, first let me address the FGM issue. That actually is sort of kind of personal. My mom's American, my dad's Nigerian, and when I went home to live with my grandmother in Nigeria, I'm ethnic, and in my tribe it's part of your rite of passage as a woman. Before you can get married, you had to be circumcised, or no man would marry you because you were considered unclean. So when I went to live with my grandmother when I was 2 years old, she just couldn't get past the idea that, you know, I wasn't circumcised. Well, that's a euphemism, actually, clean way of saying it. I wasn't mutilated, pretty much. So anytime, you know, anything would happen, if I saw a guy friend of mine and I was like, hey man, so good to see you, said, you see? You see? Like, she really figured, again, no children in the house, she thought the clitoris was a joystick that pretty much controlled your every action. Like, she couldn't get that I could really see a dude and I could be happy to see the dude, but I don't want to sleep with the dude. She just couldn't get past it. Everything about my life, if I was joyous about something, it would enhance. You see? You see? You just your father. You know, I love my dad. Man, I always say, I love you for, you know, I love you, Dad, because you're my dad. But I love you, one, for giving me life. Number two, for bringing me to America. And number three, for saving my sex life. No, me and my dad, now we can talk like that. Not back in the day. But now, yeah. But my grandmother was insistent. She wanted to do it. But my father sent her a letter saying to her, look, whatever she does, you can punish her, send her to the corner, whoop her butt, whatever, how you raised me, raise her that way, but I draw the line here. You cannot go past this line. You will not circumcise my daughter. And, you know, so this kind of came out of a personal angle, not just because I wanted to cause conversation or, you know, agitate or anything like that. It is a personal story. The fact that I got away with it, quote unquote, lots of girls are not getting away with it. They're dying because they use tools that are from one girl to the other without being, you know, cleaned up, and then the girls are not taken to seek medical care. They bleed out. All sorts of things. So, you know, I was grateful to be able to make this film, and hopefully people are talking about it wherever it is shown. Now, back to, you know, the film not being shown. I submitted to BET, got a personal friend who's vice president of BET Shorts, and he even handed it to them. And eventually I spoke to him like, dude, what's up? I haven't heard anything. And he was like, you know, the topic is just a little too much. I'm like, okay, it's a little too much. I can see, you know, Nelly swipe credit card down a girl's crack, and we can't show something like this that actually educates. My bad. You know, folks dropping it like it's hot, naked, gyrating, but we can't talk about something educational. That's cool. You know, approached HBO. You know, I had a TV production company that actually gets content for various TV stations. They approached me, but the young lady, after months of trying, eventually told me like they don't want to touch it. The topic is a little too much. You know, but it is what it is. You know, like I said, I wouldn't change anything about it. It's partly personal, and also, you know, I have a lot of gay friends that I think are wonderful people. They should have a chance to live their lives, you know. And I don't think the film necessarily argues for or against. It just puts the story out there. You make your own choice and you make your own decisions about it. Any other questions? No, when I decide on the top of the pepper soup, I won't come ask me question. Ask me now.
So how's the response? Thus far from the Nigerian South African community?